All right, so now that you have an account set up with the comment leads, the next step is to get each of your accounts or each of the commenters set up for the different platforms you would like. So as you can see, just with the screen share, right now it's set up to do LinkedIn, Facebook, Reddit, and Instagram as the time we record this video. We are continuing to add a few additional ones, so you may see those pop up as you're going through it, and if so, then it will be the exact same process for those. But basically, the system is set up that you can have a commenter set up for each one of these or for just one of them. So if you want to do LinkedIn, Facebook, Reddit, and Instagram, you could do all four, or you could simply choose one and get that one set up and go from there. So with that, walking you through kind of how you go about setting up this. So the first thing you'll want to do is you'll say which platform do you want to create a commenter, a lead commenter for. Then I'll just go ahead and select LinkedIn as an example. It'll be the exact same process for each one of those. One thing to note, you will have to have your own account set up for any of the platforms that you selected on. So if you want to do it on LinkedIn, you have to have a LinkedIn account. Same thing with Facebook or Reddit or Instagram. So if you don't have that set up yet, then you'll want to make sure to go ahead and get that account set up before we go through the rest of this. So if you need to, go ahead and pause the video, get that set up. So once that's done, we'll just go ahead and select LinkedIn. The next two files that you're going to have to create are keyword files and exclusions file. And these have got to be, one thing is it's got to be a TXT file. And if you don't know what that is, you can do a quick Google search. I'll walk you through how to do it in Word. There are other text editors that you can do it as well, but it just has to be a TXT or a text file in order for it to work. First thing we'll do is this is the keywords file. The keywords are going to be the words that you want the commenter to go out and search or go out and search on LinkedIn for people that are asking for your comments or your products or your services. So give you an example. If you were a plumber, we're going to come in here and I'm just going to open up a Word file real quick. And I would come in here and I would start with say, okay, plumber. Let's see if I can type plumber recommendations. And then I might say broken, or let's see, help fix broken pipes. And you can go through and you can add as many, or you can just do broken pipes. Maybe I don't want to have the whole word of just broken pipes that you put in there. And so you can put that different words. Maybe you say frozen pipes. And you're going to come in here and you're basically going to, for your product, your service, you're going to put in the words that if people were to be going out and searching for your product, your service, what would be those words? And the best way you can kind of start to think of this list is you're going to say, hey, I'd like to come along and like to say, if I were in my customers or my potential customers' shoes, and I were going to go Google search for the product, service, and need, what are those words they're going to use? Is it going to be broken pipes? Is it going to be frozen pipes? Is it going to be new faucet? Whatever those words are going to be, and you're going to really just start to create that list. You can make it as long and extensive. The better you have, the more words you put in here on each different line, the more that it's going to search for those different keywords. So if you don't have the keywords, it's not going to know that you're going to want to or find people looking for those. A couple other things to recognize with this list. One is when you're looking at the list, if you simply put in the words, or you want to put in each word or phrase that you want it to search on a different line. So you see how I put plumber recommendations separate on a different line from help fix broken pipes. So one time the commenter, the first time we'll run, we'll look at the plumber recommendations. It might look at, and then another time we'll look at frozen pipes. Another time we'll look at new faucet. And you're going to want to have the different keywords so the commenter can not just look at one phrase that it's looking for, but it'll separately look for each of them on the platform. Other thing you're going to want to recognize is when you're looking at the words you're going to want to use, if you don't put parentheses, or you don't put quotes on it. So if I don't have any quotes, it's going to go look for any posts. It's going to search and then look for any posts or comments that is going to have those words. They don't have to be side by side. They just have to be somewhere in that comment or in that post. So I could have great plumber in Utah recommendations. And it was still, as long as it had the word plumber and recommendations, it would still comment and post on that. If you want it to be specific. In other words, you want it to only look for the keyword plumber and recommendations in that exact order. You don't want it to change. Then you're going to want to put quotes around it. So if you want it to be more specific, you want to be more targeted, you can put quotes around it. If you're just saying, hey, this needs to have both of those words somewhere in there, but it can be spaced out. They don't have to be right side by side. Then you're going to leave the quotes off. Some of the platforms, if you're going to look at as an example, Instagram, the more specific you put quotes around them, so you can put quotes around each word like this, and it will be more specific and give you better search results. So a lot of times what we'd recommend is you put quotes around each word if you want it to be a bit more specific and make sure it has each of those words for some of the platforms. That's particularly typically for Instagram, less so for LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a lot more intelligent about it, and Facebook is kind of somewhere in the middle. So if you wanted to say, hey, I want it to be more specific, put quotes around each word. If I want to be really specific, put quotes around the full phrase. If I want it to be a little bit more open-ended, you can leave the quotes off. So that once you get your list, and it can be one word, or one word or phrase on a single line, or it can be 20, or it can be 100. You're just going to want, to put the words that you want to have it search for. You're going to then come up here, and you're simply going to come in here, and you're going to do a save as. And we're just going to go and come in here and say save as. You can go to browse. If you're in Word, you're just going to want to have a plain text file. So if you just come in here and do plain text, we'll just leave it as the word plumber. I'll just save it in my downloads folder, so it makes it easy. And I come in here and I do plumber, plain text, and I click save. Then it's simply going to give me this pop-up, and I'm going to simply click OK. Don't need anything else. And after that's done, I'm going to come in back into here, and I'm going to upload my keywords file. So then I just come under downloads. I find it where it says plumber, and voila, that's it. And then you can see it will show plumber.txt file. The same exact thing you're going to do for the exclusions file. The exclusions file is the opposite of what your keywords are going to look for. So the keywords are the things that we want to have the commenter search for on LinkedIn, for the post and for the comments. This is those words, the keywords, are going to be the ones that it's looking for, that it wants to find, and that's what it's going to comment. Exclusion words or exclusions are going to be just the opposite. In other words, saying if a post, if a comment has a specific word in it, I don't want it to comment on it. So if you're to say, hey, plumber, and they were to say Allen wrench, or they were to say, 3/4 connector, something that's really specific to only really terminology that plumbers would use and the general public wouldn't really want to use it. Or if you're saying, hey, these are going to be consumers or customers that we really don't want. They're going to be too expensive, or they're not going to have the funds or anything else. Basically, any words that if the commenter sees that in a post or in a comment, you want it to skip over. You don't want it to comment. You don't want it to post. Then you're going to want to simply go ahead and put those exclusion words in. You're going to put it in the Word file, just like we did for the keywords. You're going to save it, and you're going to upload it. Makes it simple and easy. And sometimes you're going to start out and just say, I'm going to leave it pretty open. I'm not going to put any exclusions in. Then you're starting to see, hey, this is how the commenter is working. Hey, here are the words that every time I see these are bad leads, or they aren't real leads, or these are other plumbers that are commenting or something of that nature. You can upload those exclusion files. Next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to write your commenter in here. This will be what the commenter puts in response to finding it. So if I went or finding a post for a comment. So let's say there was a post on LinkedIn and somebody saying, hey, I need anybody know a great plumber that I can get some assistance with? Well, then in here you can say, something along the lines of, hey, I'm a great plumber and would love to help. Please email me at greatplumber@gmail.com. Something along those lines. Basically, this is whatever, once the commenter finds a post that meets the criteria, that has the keywords, doesn't have any of the exclusionary terms, then you're going to want to say, hey, I'm a great plumber. This is how you reach out to me. This is how you are, this is me, this is what I offer, and this is how you can contact me. You're always really going to want to have some sort of what they call a call to action. That can be, something that you want them to do once they see your comment. So that can be email me, that can be call me, That can be grab some time on my online scheduler. That can be visit our website to get more information. Any of those are ways that they're called action. The more specific action you can tell them to give, the better. The other thing that so once you do that, you're gonna leave the comment there, and the last thing you're going to do is you're going to simply need to paste a cookie. This is how you have it set up so that the commenter can log into your, in this case, LinkedIn account. Whichever account it is, this is how you go about getting that set up so that you can have the commenter link in or connect into your account, be able to log in, and then be able to comment on your behalf. So first thing you need to do, really pretty easy, a simple two-step process. You're going to first come in here, and I've already got it downloaded on my web browser, but I'll show you how to do it. So you're going to come in here, you're going to copy and paste that URL that's right there, and you're going to come into install now. Now you're going to have to choose which of the web browsers you wanted to load into. I typically like Chrome. I think Chrome is a lot easier and it's a lot more robust, but whichever one you like to use. And then you're simply going to click, if you were to click Chrome, then instead of if it weren't already installed on my computer, there would just be an install button here, and it would then install it on my Chrome browser. So first step, go in, click or down or add that to your browser. That will be the cookie editor so that then you can use it. Once that's installed, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to want to log into whichever platform you're setting up the commenter for. So in this case, I have it for LinkedIn. So when I come into LinkedIn, you can see my account. I'm going to then click on the little cookie icon, which will be in my browser, that I've now got my cookie editor. It will then drop down. Pretty simple. All you're going to do is you're going to click export, and then it's going to say cookie exported to clipboard. Now all you're going to do is come back in here, and you're going to say copy, paste. That's it. You put that in there. That is all it needs in order to connect to your account. So you just log into your account, grab that, or use the cookie editor, export it, and copy and paste it in. Once you're done, click create a commenter, and it will create it. Simple as that. That's it. And that will do it for LinkedIn. Now you're saying, well, one's if I want to do it for more than just LinkedIn. One's if I want to do it for Facebook, Reddit, Instagram, or any of the other ones. What you're going to do is after you create that commenter, you're going to come to a page that looks like this. Now you're going to see this one has already been set up for Instagram. So you're going to see a status. Yep, got a little green dot. That means, yep, we're set up for Instagram. And these other accounts we haven't set up for. Now, if I created the commenter for LinkedIn, as we just walked you through, would have a little green dot for LinkedIn. Next thing I'm going to do, if I wanted to create another one, I'm just going to click create new. Then it's going to take me to this exact same page. I'm going to start over. I can select this one. I can select whichever one I'm going to set it up for. You're going to go through the exact same way they're set up for each of the commenters. So one other thing that you may consider is you can do different keywords and different exclusionary terms, different messages for each of the different platforms. So if you're saying, hey, on LinkedIn, I wanted to have this type of comment, I'm just going to write it in there. When I come onto Facebook, I want to have a different comment that has a little bit of a different message to that, or Reddit, or Instagram. You can craft each of the keywords, the exclusion terms, the comments, so that it's taking or searching for different words, different platforms, different comments, different platforms. So it's set up to be pretty robust, makes it easy, and allows you to set up the comments, the keywords, and exclusionary terms for any of the different platforms. So just go ahead, set that up. Once that's it, you're done. You're now set up. You've got each of the commenters that are going to start running, and it's going to start getting to work in the background. Don't have to do anything more. It'll get to work. Now, you can always come in. You can go to my account, and you can, on this page, if you're saying, hey, I'm not really liking this, the Facebook commenter, it's not the right message, I want to adjust it, you can just click delete, and then you can create a new Facebook message or Facebook commenter. They'll just come in here, you click Facebook, upload a new or different keywords file, upload any exclusionary terms, adjust your message, and copy and paste it again. So anytime you want to come in and adjust it, you just delete the old commenter and you put in a new commenter. That's it. That's how you get it set up. So if you have any questions, let us know. Otherwise, there's how you get started. Thanks.